Welcome to the NewsHour. The divides opened by the Trump administration's weekend operation to remove Venezuela's leader Nicolas Maduro widened further today. European leaders denounced increasingly aggressive statements by Mr. Trump and top officials about an American seizure of Greenland, a territory of NATO ally Denmark. Late today, the White House press secretary shared a statement with the PBS NewsHour saying, quote, Greenland is a national security priority of the United States. The president and his team are discussing a range of options, and of course, utilizing the U.S. military is always an option. Meantime, as Nick Schifrin reports again tonight, in Venezuela, tensions and concerns are running high.
Para la gloria de Dios.
As Venezuela heads toward an unknown future, one family mourns the past. Jose Gonzalez says his 80-year-old sister Rosa was a kind woman, impeccable in her conduct, and one of the few civilians killed in the Friday night raid to capture Nicolas Maduro. The family says the attack destroyed her Caracas apartment and inflicted a fatal wound.
It caught us all by surprise. We never thought it would be like this way. But it happened, and it's something unavoidable now.
A now unavoidable new future for Venezuela without Maduro, but his police state remains intact. Today we filmed these scenes in Caracas, where normally bustling streets are relatively quiet. Busy neighborhoods are closing early, and police are everywhere. Residents are scared because while Maduro is gone, Venezuela is still led by his lieutenants. New President Delcy Rodriguez, sworn in yesterday by her brother Jorge, at least publicly defiant, alongside Maduro's son, U.S.-sanctioned Nicolas Ernesto.
I am convinced that with unity and more unity, with unity and more unity, we will prevail. They may have kidnapped Nicolas and Celia, but they did not kidnap the conscience of a people who have decided to be free.
His father sits inside this Brooklyn detention center and today was taunted by President Trump.
He gets up there and he tries to imitate my dance a little bit. But he's a violent guy, and he's killed millions of people.
But there is little laughing in Europe today, especially Greenland. The world's largest island has been part of the Kingdom of Denmark since 1721. Today, it's a self-governing territory inside the NATO ally. It is also geographically in the Americas and a crucial missile defense site, the shortest route between the United States and Russia. Not to mention rich in rare earth minerals and potential offshore oil and natural gas.
The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland?
White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller on CNN last night.
The United States is the power of NATO. For the United States to secure the Arctic region, to protect and defend NATO and NATO interests, obviously Greenland should be part of the United States.
That drew a furious reaction from some of the U.S.'s closest allies, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk.
No member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization should attack or threaten another member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Otherwise, NATO would lose its meaning.
Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen.
If the United States chooses to attack another NATO country militarily, then everything stops.
And today, Frederiksen and Tusk, joined by France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the UK in a statement, quote, security in the Arctic must therefore be achieved collectively in conjunction with NATO allies, including the United States, by upholding the principles of the UN Charter, including sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the inviolability of borders.
The approval of the Charter of the United Nations.
For 80 years, inviolability of borders has defined the post-World War II order, but the Trump administration now suggests that might makes right.
We live in a world, in the real world, Jake, that is governed by strength, that is governed by force, that is governed by power.
As for power in Venezuela, a person familiar confirms to PBS NewsHour the CIA-assessed opposition leader Maria Corina Machado would not be able to hold the country together. To counter that administration's souring, last night on Fox News, she added a sweetener.
Did you at any point offer to give him the Nobel Peace Prize? Did that actually happen?
The Venezuelan people, because this is a prize of the Venezuelan people, certainly want to give it to him and share it with him.
But for President Trump, the coveted Peace Prize appears no longer the focus. Instead, it's extracting Venezuela's maximum value. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Nick Schifrin.
Wait just a second. We have one more thing to share.
We want to say a heartfelt thank you for watching and supporting PBS News.
Without you, we simply wouldn't be able to provide the news and the information that you trust.
So thank you from everybody here at PBS News.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.